Alright, here's my second clip. We're going to reminiscing 23 years ago from the September 24, 2000 edition of WWF Unforgiven. Not only you got The Rock taking on WWE Hall of Famers Kane, The Undertaker, and the late great Chris Benoit in a fatal four-way, you got two Hall of Famers going one-on-one. The COO, The Game, Triple H versus the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle with special guest referee the former commissioner, WWE Hall of Famer, Mrs. Foley's boy, Mick Foley. Speaking of Hall of Famer, let's not forget, Stone Cold Steve Austin made his return to Unforgiven for the first time since being struck by a vehicle from Survivor Series 1999. Here are the highlights, the full highlights of Unforgiven. The Dudleys and the Acolytes versus the Right to Censor. Next up, Taz versus WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler in a strap match, which was won by Taz thanks to Raven. I don't know who the hell invited him. Next, you got Steve Blackman, the Lethal Weapon, in a hardcore championship match. Steve Blackman wins. Next, you got X-Pac versus Le Champion Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho makes X-Pac tap, but X-Pac took out his anger and lost. Next, you got the Hardys versus WWE Hall of Famer Edge and his longtime buddy Christian in a steel cage tag team match. As a result, the Hardys win the battle and the tag team gold. Next, you got WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi versus the late great Eddie Guerrero, accompanied by the late great Chyna. The match would end in a no contest because there was no winner, but Eddie Guerrero would still hold on to the title. Now, this is the moment everybody's been talking about. Two Hall of Famers, The Game versus the Olympic gold medalist with Commissioner Mick Foley as the guest referee. Three Hall of Famers in the ring. Two are wrestling, one got retired. Triple H would win the battle. And there he is, Stone Cold Steve Austin Stunner Steve Blackman gives a beer to Shane, and Shane got stunner. DTA Shane, don't trust Austin. And now, the moment that everybody's been waiting for. The fatal four-way. Just as you thought Chris Benoit won, but the Undertaker's foot was on the ropes before the count of three, as Mick Foley screwed the late great Benoit for the second time. And then Benoit turned around, and I'm like, what you gonna do, Benoit? You gonna run like a coward? Or you gonna fight like a man? So as a result, The Rock retains the WWF Championship. But tune in tomorrow I'm gonna make a rant about Stone Cold Steve Austin returning to WWF after sitting on the shelf for 10 freaking months. Oh yeah, 10 freaking months. And not to mention WWF excuse me. WWF Raw is War aired on new TNF before it went to Spike TV and then going back to the USA Network. Shout out to Xavier Hill, Yusuke Knight, Juggalo Jigsaw Gamer, all the YouTube links will be description down below. I'll be back later for my halftime report, recapping today's first half between the Houston Texans versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, no more talk. If you smell what the rock is cooking. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.